Alright everyone, welcome back to another video of War Dots. I haven't posted in 3 days, but we'll just get right to it. Alright, so to start off the game, everyone, as usual, starts pulling troops back to their cities. Except Blue, because you'll see later on in the video, they're not doing much of anything because they're AFK. If you look closely, you'll see something funny here happen, which is Purple overshooting their cursor, causing a troop not to be on the city, wasting money, which means that troop isn't generating money because it's not on the city. The troops on cities have no upkeep. Alright, you can see here. Alright, you can see Red engages in battle with Purple. This is the first skirmish, and if you can see here, there's an imbalance on this front line because there's tanks against infantry. And as we all know, one tank versus one infantry, the tank will win because the tank has better stats. But since it's a forest, the only thing tanks really have going for them is high HP. And tanks also move slower. Alright, you can see Purple pulling tanks from my front line. Deals the threat which is called Red. Here, Purple, you can see this arrow here, trying to get their troop away from battle, but Purple's troops are blocking Purple's troop from running away. And Red obviously capitalized this, putting more troops on this lonely troop that is dying to death. Dying to death isn't even a real thing. Or you can see here, Red, they start getting low HP bars in their troops, so they have to pull those away. I should honestly put this troop on the city right there so it'll heal faster. Now, like, the tanks have really arrived, Red just starts experiencing more loss than Purple. Because if you paid attention to the casualties count when Red first started fighting Purple, Purple had more casualties. Now that Purple's arrived to tanks, now Red has more casualties than Purple. Which means Purple is now winning this battle. If you look here, you'll see like little mistakes like troops not engaging in battle due to being stuck. So what you have to do here is like, you have to pull one of the troops away so the other troops can start fighting the troop, and you can like bring the other troop that was blocking the troop from fighting. You can just bring that one around. Like when playing this game, you have to like watch out for which troops are getting 2v1, which troops are not fighting, which troops are low. There's just a lot you have to pay attention to. And then there's also ships in this game. You have to be careful with opponents sniping your cities with ships, which is obviously what I'm going to do now. You can just see this this orange ship. You can see that arrow heading to Purple City to see if it's undefended. Now, undefended cities, they're free for the taking, like Blue. If I can just make a gap between these troops, I can just easily get my orange troops and just start taking over those cities easily. And you can see here, Red starts like leading tens of thousands of troops. Now they lost like 2 troops just now. You can just hear 3 troops versus this entire front line. Then the obvious thing to do here is to retreat and recuperate your losses. You see this poor lone troop is getting 2v1 right there. Poor troop getting 2v1. And Red kind of starts realizing, but this troop gets stuck. And this arrow, are we just going up? Pull it to the left, pull it to the left. And Purple starts coming in with more troops. Dogpile that one troop. But the infantry, purple tried pulling to fight the red troop. Doesn't fight the red troop due to it getting dragged on by the tank, which blocks from fighting red. And if you look over here, you can just tell, like, I used my stockpile of funds to just start mass producing infantry. And everybody knows more troops is better. Now, like, we should show the messages that were, like, displayed in game. Like, if you're able to see the messages, you just see purple telling me to attack blue for some reason. Oh, finally you can see a pause in the fighting. A small pause. And I pull this troop over here. So it's like one reserve besides the cities, which have troops on them. Alright. Welcome back. Not much has changed. The only thing that's happened is troops have been readjusted to positions. Now I finally take up purple's advice on fighting blue, which I do. So I start to fight some 2v1s. And you can see here, this gap, I'm trying to make this gap. And now, I can tell blue doesn't have troops on their cities due to them having 0 funds. So I just go for it to take this free city. All of these cities is just gonna be free money for me. I'm just gonna like pull in my troops and take all of these cities for free. Now I think I get a small encirclement passing through this passageway, but it unencircles as I move farther into my territory. Like, all these cities, they're gonna be mine, and I'm gonna turn into a massive economic powerhouse. And that blue infantry on the bottom is gone, so I can just swoop in all these cities for me for free. That's 5 cities without even having to fight for it. Now red and purple, they don't even see what's happening here. Red just goes to battle against purple. Now this is obviously good for me. You see the tomfoolery that's happening too. I have 10 cities. Each of them, they only have 5 cities. So with all of these cities, I'm gonna be making so much money. I'm just gonna be able to mass produce infantry. I'm just gonna be able to overwhelm my opponents. Now you can see this battle between red and purple has gotten a bit bigger. It's been getting fought over a bigger front line. You can see here now, I now took all of blue cities, and I just have 10 cities here. You can see my funds is skyrocketing. I'm earning 20. I'm earning like 20 funds every single second. That's gonna do wonders for the amount of troops I can have. I'm just gonna be able to easily just mass produce troops. Look, on a troop count, I have the most amount of troops due to them fighting each other and me mass producing them. Now red is just losing this battle. You can just see them pulling back and losing land. If a city is gonna fall, you just know. This red tank is on a sliver of red HP. When in, like, all it takes is for a purple unit to cough on that red tank and it'll just collapse. Now red tries swooping in for my cities, which to be fair, it's a good move considering the troop density where I took blue cities, it's not really dense, and red has an entire front line to fight with and I have a few scattered troops. Obviously, I'm not gonna let this slide, so I'm gonna start pulling troops from other areas of my territory to fight. Now red, while doing this maneuver, circles themselves right here, and if I can get a troop there, it's gonna be a big, massive encirclement. You can see here, massive encirclement, 5 units encircled. Red is just like clearly desperate, so they're just using all their troops and an all-out attack against everyone. Now red is winning this battle against one of my troops on the city, because it's 3v1. You see here just it's pushing a little bit. But I am able to get a troop in time to block the annexation of the city. Now if I'm able to get more troops here, I'll be able to defend it. Now red encircles themselves again. 3 troops encircled. No, obviously they try to unencircle themselves. So now it's like 4 troops and that one lonely troop. I try putting in another troop to plug the hole. I decide not to. That troop dies. Red takes the city. Look here, purple's taken this city. Now what red's doing wrong is clearly that's this. There's just troops not doing anything in the back. Purple's just gonna easily be able to just swoop in and take red cities if red keeps playing like this. Purple will try seeing if red city is undefended. Red city is undefended. Purple takes the city 4. 3. Now it's massive encirclement of 8 units. 1 died earlier. This massive 8 troop encirclement. Red troops quickly dwindling. Red has less than 100,000 troops. Now purple decides to full send up the rest of their attacking army to just take red cities. I'm over here still trying to take back my city. Now don't worry, I'm gonna be able to take back my city as red cities getting taken away is gonna ruin their economy. And when you have 0 funds and you're not making enough funds to maintain your army is gonna slowly die from attrition. Here, purple minorly overextend, so they pull back. And purple, due to their sloppiness, red manages to retake the city for a bit. I'm still over here fighting over my city, but you can see great progress over here. It's just free troops. I try scouting to see if there's a free city. Red puts their almost dead tank back on the city. Now I try seeing if I can fight off that lonely thing. But clearly it's not gonna work as Red's getting support with a fresh group there. We'll have to pull back to not die. It's here. Very bad situation for Red. They're getting pushed in by purple, they're getting pushed in by me. We only have 35,200 troops. Now finally, I'm gonna be able to retake my city back. I try going for an encirclement, it works, I take back my city. Now red only has 3 cities left. One of them is gonna quickly get taken by purple. And the other one should be mine to take if purple isn't fast enough. So now I readjust my army. And I spread them out across a nice front line. Purple tries going for a quick scout. Red has troops on that city. Purple pulls back. And now I'm gonna pull troops from this corner of my territory, and I'm gonna bring him close to the middle on a sort of ball structure. Now I select troops from the red front line. I'm just gonna take them to quickly encircle red city and take it for me. So it's gonna be 2 cities from. It's gonna be 1 city I take from red and 5 cities I take from blue, which means I'll have 11 cities and purple have 9 cities. No, I try to like cycle this annoying thing of the city spawning in troops when you don't want the city to spawn in troops happens, which kind of kills my cycle. To be fair, I have like 3,500 funds. I could pump out an army if I wanted to. Try seeing if I can take that city. Purple takes the city, I'm too slow. So I return back to taking the 1 city I know I'll be able to take. Here it's 4, 6. It's be like total 8 troops. Fighting 2 troops per city. It's gonna be pretty easy for me to win. So now those 2 troops fall, they die. I take back that city. Now you can see it's just me and purple. Now the only difference is I have 2 more cities than purple and I have 100,000 more troops. So obviously this is going to be a pretty easy win for me. Now what I should do is blitzkrieg with my entire front line and just try taking everything. Or I could be more precise and try taking easy 3v1s and 2v1s. Like, for example, I could do 3v1 here, 2v1 there. And slowly take slow advantages to make a bigger advantage. You know, I already have a pretty major advantage of having over 100,000 troops in my enemy. Now you can see here, I make like a bulge-shaped structure with my infantry. Obviously, take up the free space purple left for me. If you look here, there's a coastal front line here in case purple tries making a naval siege, which would be pretty unlikely. Making a big enough naval siege to fight me would like leave you pretty vulnerable on land, which you don't want to do. So I choose option 2 and decide to be precise with what I do. So I first 2v1, then 3v1 this one troop. Easy ones for me, then I go 2v1 this troop. Then I join in a 2v1 this other troop. Now purple has infantry with 1 sliver of health. I could easily take that if I just like put 1 or 2 infantry there. Purple starts organizing along the northern front line. And I'm over here taking my battle on the eastern front line, which is the right. Now I join in with an infantry to take on that 1 HP infantry right there. That infantry dies, I take that city, so that's easy city for me. And now I start pulling more troops that aren't fighting and I make them fight, making the battle even bigger. I do some minor cycling. I'm just gonna see this battle just slowly get bigger. You can see purple is slowly losing their troops one by one. Because you can just see all the troops that are fighting me. Well, not all purple troops, half of them have yellow health bars. Now you can see over here, this is free troop. Well, it's actually just 2v2, which is equal. If purple decides to engage the other troop that's not doing anything, it'll be a 2v1 and a 1v1. Now zooming out to see a bigger picture, you can still see the fight is just mostly localized to the right side of the map. Now if you see here, you'll see purple took back their city. Now we'll resume. Now I'm gonna do something that has minimal risk. I take my troop off a coastal city to engage. Some minor cycling. To be fair, honestly, I don't really think I have to do that much cycling considering I have a 200,000 troop lead on purple. What I should do is honestly just fight with everything I have. Purple's just gonna quickly get overwhelmed and they'll have to resign, or suffer a slow and humiliating defeat. Honestly, this is like one of the rare times I actually win a free-for-all. I did a match earlier, and I was honestly winning at the start, but then I had to start fighting on two fronts, and then I had to just resign because I wasn't doing well, and then I started this match, which I obviously win. Now, purple surrenders here, and that's gonna be end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment especially, I love reading those.